Two informed teams met tonight in Edinburgh at Easter Road, but I think it is fair to say that only one of them showed up because it finished in Edinburgh at Easter Road. It finished Hibernian 1, Rangers 4. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We are here for the match review. Hibs versus Rangers. A lot of hype going into this game. A lot of people talking about Hibs' good form, how Rangers, have good form but are not exactly playing good football. And I think a lot of people, myself included, tipped Hibs to actually get something out of tonight's game. However, that did not happen at all. In fact, it was probably Rangers' I would say it's the best performance I've seen for Rangers since Beale joined. Now, in fairness, I didn't see the Hearts 4-0 pumping, but
didn't watch your own team get pumped?
No, I didn't. No, I mean, I imagine that. The horror, eh?
The horror, the inhumanity. But I would agree with that. Even though they conceded, Goldson, don't know what he's really doing there. I feel like it literally could have been anything.
Like Rangers could have won 6-7-1 tonight, and honestly, it would not have flattered them.
Again, it just begs the question, though, of why can they get it so right? And then other times, like the cup final, why does he put the likes of Lundstrom?
But I tell you what, something did flatter Rangers tonight, and that was the penalty decision made in the 12th minute. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So Hibs took the lead. They couldn't even score. Even the Hibs goal was a Rangers player putting the ball in the back of the net. So in total, I guess we had six goals for Rangers tonight, if you count the disallowed one. Or did they score two disallowed goals?
I think it might have been two.
I
think it was one.
It was definitely at least one. And then Goldson with own goal. So, I mean, Hibs, don't get me wrong, they worked their free kick pretty well. Free kick into the back post, then it was headed across the goal. And it's into a good area. And, even though they did get lucky, they worked the set piece well. But the Hibs player that was in the attacking position was offside. So, if Goldson didn't score this own goal and Hibs had ended up scoring via their own player, the goal wouldn't have stood anyway.
I don't know what Goldson's doing, though. He just seems to put it in the back of the net.
I mean, it's not a great attempt at a clearance, in my opinion. I mean, I guess he just got it wrong, but yeah, it was a pretty bad own goal to concede. But don't worry, because Rangers were level a couple of minutes later. Ryan Kent runs onto a ball in the box. He cuts back. The Hibernian defender slides in. I'm assuming he's trying to get a block. He thinks Kent's going to cross it, but Kent cuts back. And the Hibernian's player's leg slightly catches Kent, but I feel like Kent left his back leg in there, and I think he was waiting on the contact. I mean, I don't believe for 1 second Kent couldn't have stayed on his feet and got a shot off here if he truly wanted to. I think he realised what was happening, and he left his leg in there hoping that the contact would be made. And I don't know if that is a foul. I mean, if you can avoid contact and you don't, I mean, is that really a foul?
I get where you're coming from, but see, at the end of the day, we see in football a lot of these reds and penalties and blah yada yada. It's more the opposition for being stupid. They could have just kept the head. And Sakala got a penalty against Celtic for the exact same thing. So for a bit of consistency, you can't give one without giving the other. So I'm going to say fair play. SFA.
So you thought it was a penalty?
Soft penalty, but you know what?
Alright, Chris
Soft,
Boyd, no, I don't.
hard, scrambled, poached.
We've heard those egg analogies. Alright, Boyd.
It was a raw egg, but it was edible.
Right, guys,
see when Rocky opens his fridge, right? Does he drink eggs? It's still an egg. Fish egg, still drinks it.
Look, I'm not saying it was never a penalty, but I do think it was a soft penalty.
Alright, I get you.
And I think Ryan Kent was looking for it. But anyway, it doesn't matter if he looked for it or not, because Tavernier took it, and Tavernier does, as David Martindale would say.
Tav does what Tav does, man.
Tav does what Tav does, man. And then you could just feel Lee Johnson winding up a middle finger from the sidelines. But yeah, it was 1-1 at this stage, so Hibs had the lead, but they could only hold on to it for a couple of minutes. We then got Cholak on the 34th minute, putting Rangers ahead. The Rangers got into the break with the 2-1 lead, and at half-time, Rangers had 18 shots to Hibs' 3. Now, people will talk about Celtic and their attacking play, but I would be surprised if Celtic have had 18 shots in any first half
It's
game this
almost
season.
like this was a typo, because we watched it. I can't really remember having seen.
They had a lot of chances. Like, I don't know if it was 18. Maybe some of them were block shots. But yeah, at half time, the stats were saying Rangers had 18 shots, and that is the most I think I've ever seen. Well, this season, like, I mean, it's like, I don't know what the final.
If I was to guess, I would have said it about 11.
I don't know what the final stats tally was, but yeah, 18 shots apparently at half time. But then we get into the second half. Cholak gets the third goal.
He does get the third goal.
It was, and by the way, I want to just say, you know, Ryan 118 can go fuck himself. I hate that wee specky cunt, but that's, you know. You tweet tweets and you get twitted basically. But anyway, right. Point being here, Cholak gets the third goal, and it's a horror show for the back here from.
It's fucking Sakala gets the third goal.
So it is, right.
It's whipped out from
It's Sakala then.
Tracks it off Jack's dome. He's getting played on Sakala. He does a really good turn, puts it underneath Marshall. 3-1. Can't complain.
Yeah, terrible goal to concede for Hibs. And then Cholak makes it 4-1. I believe Sakala scored another offside goal, but, you know, it was offside.
Doesn't really matter. And then, why couldn't Rangers have played like this against Celtic?
Like half of me thinks Sakala had a good game, but then the other half of me thinks his end product's abysmal. But at the same time, he does a lot of running. He covers a lot of ground. You know, he tries. You know, he's like he's almost someone you can
Bunny.
You can almost respect him because like he does play for the shirt. I feel.
He does. Of course, he does.
You know, mate. I know Morelos gets a lot of criticism for not really doing much, but I don't feel like you can criticise Sakala's work ethic or anything like that because he certainly does try. But he's just not the most gifted footballer. But you know what?
You think he had a bad game or whatever?
No, I'm not. He got a goal and 2 assists.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying.
But he wasn't great. He could have had a lot more.
Yeah.
But that's good.
He's very wasteful.
Yes.
But you know, he seems to create opportunities for himself and opportunities for his team. Well, he doesn't really pass it much, but he got 2 assists tonight. You know what I mean? So there you go. CJ Novo was bashing him. For the game against Kilmarnock, saying that he's too greedy and never passed it to Cholak. Well, Fashion Sakala got a brace with assist tonight. So.
See if Rival Mate's got a hang for Haksabanovic. CJ Novo's got a hang for Cholak.
I definitely.
I don't know if it's kind of because it's like his lookalike a wee
bit. Two fucking bum boys, if you ask me. But anyway.
Let's move on to the...
What's wrong with being a bum boy? I'll tell you what's wrong with being a bum boy, you
brother.
Anyway, right.
Absolutely nothing. Get your bum buddies today.
We all love a good bum boy. But anyway, that was it. I mean...
That's it,
right. Also,
the gap's 9 points. Fucking
yeah, I mean, the gap... I think the gap's... Fucking at this rate, the gap's going to finish 9 points. Nothing's going to change. Lee Johnson brought Kevin Nisbet on with about 20 minutes to go. Now, Kevin Nisbet wasn't deemed fit enough. He's coming back from like an injury. He didn't start the game. Now, you could argue that maybe he's giving him some minutes. He's trying to build some fitness. But, I mean, if this was like a legit, like, if he was maybe like rushing Nisbet back to try and get something out of this game, to me, that was a retarded substitution. The game was gone. Everyone could see that. I mean, it's not like Hibs were creating a load of chances in here. If you get clinical Nisbet up front, they might start taking some. Exactly. Hibs done nothing. So I thought bringing Nisbet on was a weird substitution, but we don't really know the state. We don't know the current condition of Nisbet. If he brought Nisbet on to try and get back in the game, then he should have a word with himself. If he brought him on to get him some fitness and some minutes, then, you know what, that's fair enough. But it did finish Rangers 4, Hibernian 1, and, you know, at the top of the table, and in third place, essentially, it ended the way it started at the start of the night. Hearts had a 5-point gap over Hibs. Celtic had a 9-point gap over Rangers. Nothing changed. Although Rangers did reduce the deficit in the goal difference by 1. Numero uno.
Woo!
So, maybe
it's been the story of the season since Beale came in.
Maybe that could be a point swing for Rangers if they can. They only need about another 450 goals to
It could happen.
overturn it in their favour.
The amount of penalties Tav gets, you know, you might be able to claw it back.
Could do. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave your thoughts down below. Again, like I said, great performance for Rangers tonight. I felt like it could have been a lot more than 4. Unlucky to only score 4. And it's not often I praise Rangers, so you know what? Fucking enjoy it. That's it. Till next time.
Peace.